So for this task, you've got the option of 2 tasks or 2 templates. So this one is a bit harder because you've got the legs that you need to cut in between. And if you think that's a bit hard for me, you can use the one with the cactus, which is a little bit easier. So what we need to do is cut out the black silhouette with our scissors as carefully as we can. So I'm just going to start and show you exactly how to do that. So I've cut out my cactus background, and you can see I've got a couple of little spots of white, so I could cut those with the scissors, but if there's tiny bits left, another thing you could do is with the black marker, just color that in, because it can be quite hard to get those little parts. I have to be very careful when I cut around the inside of the cactus. So that's the cactus. I'm also going to cut the camel as well, and how to show you how to do the tricky bit of that. So you can see I've done my camel, but I've got these white bits here and I need to cut those out. That is the tricky bit. So how I would do it is I get my scissors very carefully. If maybe you might need someone to help you or your teacher to help you with to start this off. I'm just going to pierce a small little hole into the white, so now I can cut this section out carefully. So this bit is tricky. So maybe don't choose the camel if you find cutting with scissors tricky. I think only choose this one if you are very confident when you're using a scissors. So if I cut it like that, and I can pull out this bit, and you can see I could cut a bit more, or I could use my trick and color that bit in black with my marker. So I do the same with the rest. I pierce the hole, cut around for my camel. For your sheet where you're doing your sky and blending, you need to color in the big section with your oil pastels. The bottom part you leave blank, and the reason for that is when it's time to stick your silhouette, you just stick it at the bottom, and you're going to go a little bit over the top of your sky, and it will create a really good effect. So don't color underneath this line. All of this section needs to be colored with your oil pastels and blended carefully. So for my blending, I've got 5 colors. You don't have to have as many. I'm going to use a purple, orange, red, yellow, and white. I'm going to think about going from the darker colors to the lighter colors. My purple is going to be on top, red, orange, yellow, and white. And I'm going to color it in and blend them. Okay, so I'm going to start, and then in a few minutes, you can do yours. So watch carefully how it's blended, how it's done. Think about what we've learned in the previous lesson and the video we saw in this lesson, how to blend correctly. Now I blended my colors, and you can see I've got more yellow and orange because I think in a sunset you see those colors a bit more. Sometimes you see the red, purple colors, but not as much. So usually you see these colors a bit more. I left my gap at the bottom. So if I use the cactus, what I would do is I would glue it at the very bottom, and you see a very nice effect of your silhouette art. I've got a bit extra on each side here and this side, or I could put it right to the corner. And whatever extra bit you've got, you can cut it off in a straight line. So maybe use a ruler, draw a line straight, cut it, and then you'll have your finished art. Will look something like this, but it will be much better because you can do a better job than that, and your blending will be really good and very clear, and you won't have any of these white gaps because I was rushing. So take your time, and I know everyone will do a really good job.